Ghana for Monsore. Now Yaboka, Yabr3 and the NDC government on issue of Galamsey, they have failed Ghana totally. And now NDC 4, I'm telling you for a fact, say John Dramani Mahama Ninko for a DJ ever. A DJ ever. Mama Ghana be another. And then Bosomtwe area. Not Obudi Galamsey or what other. But some
no, Reverend, for what I know.
Bosomtwe when I
make nobody Galamsey. But Bosomtwe no. Aya Bosomtwe minim say some Samesa district. Education minister.
Yes. I anytime I want to me.
Ombukrom dear.
Ghana ni be answering. Monhe Bosomtwe Galamsey. President says that the individual alleged to have carried out a mining activity has been identified as Richard Entry, a native of the area. He claims to have lawfully acquired farmland and landowner from the farmowner. He stopped an investigation that currently underway to verify the claim with the traditional authorities to ascertain whether he obtained required license and permit as claimed. Look at this. This is what regional minister can report to us.
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
MC, I put a picture production page. The last 3 days I did flood the home combo.
Yes, Papa.
Apostle General can say 50 years ago, me mama catch and say and crying a flood day. Then I went back to research what exactly happened. So Mike, in 19 date na eda on Monday, April 18th, 1960. Graphic in the Daily Graphic.
Okay.
Share the front page of the newspaper.
When the rains
came to Accra. Story in the and this is the story. These pictures tell the story of the day when the rains once again came to Accra. Many streets and houses were completely flooded following a heavy downpour of rains in Accra at the weekend. At the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, traffic was held up for 2.5 hours in the nearby houses. As seen in the left pictures, women uses buckets and pans to collect water from their flooded compounds. In all, 245 inches of rainfall was recorded. This is believed to be the heaviest rainfall in Accra for 1 year. The above picture shows the flooded Kwame Nkrumah Circle and traffic that was held up to people had to wade knee deep. We Ghana. 1960 graphic. Enrichi graphic is telling us the same story. And this time round, as we speak, Enipa Makumaku 16 confirmed dead. More than 9 missing. And as in Suno Echo from no, we are still telling a story of people who are dead. So Mike, why the behavior of a country where we are not thinking and we are never planning. Ghana di be a wutia man pay 1 minute tie ade we na men kan nyame so asam nkyere. Do you know sen kan suo we no unim se Cote d'Ivoire so ayiri afa Cote d'Ivoire e ma Cote d'Ivoire so wo mu kuro no fa submerged. I'm not being a prophet of doom. The next 5 years, I'm here. The entire country will you. Cote d'Ivoire, Eben, Enchi, Eben, Samana boy. And do you know why? Because Sabi, ensure Ketwabi Kokobonsu Kessi Ebimo. Ensure da ofi. Etimina mo etwem ekokodu Enchi ni baby am. And Cobra, a boy insuo. Nina across the country a network. O konsawam na wonam ho area nsu enam nyina etene kobopum. Epoda hefa. Se ma ka nyankran.
Epoda central region near ada.
Se sia me ne wo kasa wo Ghana ha yi. Ensuo bi etene wo Ghana ha nyina ye di Galamsey wo mawie. Nti Ghana ensuo bi antene biem. Water canals are blocked. Our political leaders, chiefs, and our kind for some. Ya share Emma every part of the country. Ya broken so be a train. Emma says, yeah. Someone should tell me, say, Yenimun so be a train Ghana. Oh, quasim for su. Now, Coco do pra. Last 2 years, or the course or echo, the central region.
Yeah.
I will do so ya mamre. You can see in Sia Santahine. Ya mamre wo pra. Pra we kwa kobo chufu na kwa kobo mu western region. Takra de takwa na kwa kopie central region. Sesia enkoko nsawam ensuo bi a wo Ghana ha nyina. Oman panimfo ahwem ye di Galamsey. Ewo mu ase yensuo ntene wo Ghana ha bi. Enti NDC government eba na yenim se John Dramani Mahama ebe hwe na nka odi na esi fom akontrol Galamsey se si ade John Mahama ne nkofo wo muti wo nsa wo sen wo kwa edibu di Galamsey no than ever.
All right, so you took a trip to the Bosomtwe area just to ascertain for yourself whether indeed Galamsey activities are ongoing. Can you share with us what your findings are?
Right. Thank you very much. We also saw on Facebook and other social media outlets pictures of a supposed degradation of the land around the lake. And so we decided to use this weekend to investigate. And in fact, we found a lot which confirms what we saw. We started from a town called Yase. Yase is some, 7 miles from the lake, but is within the enclave of the Bosomtwe area. And when you reach Continency, you take a right, and the left takes you to the lake itself, Abonu, and then the right takes you to Yase. And we found that there were armed men, some of them holding pump action guns, with piercings, ear piercings, and tattoos, very, very fierce looking. They've mounted a barricade, and they are protecting an illegal miner who is mining in the plains of Yase in that particular area. From there, we moved on to Nyamieni, got past Nyamieni to a town called Konkoma. Konkoma is also just behind the lake, about some few meters behind the lake, and also close to Beposo. In that area, within that valley, there's also serious illegal mining going on in there. It's just behind the school and within the precincts of the Lake Bosomtwe itself. And we found a lot of mining going on down there. And we saw that based on the social media post, the national security people were there. They had seized one excavator and they were trying to cart it away. There was another excavator seated in the mining plains over there. From there, we moved to Beposo. And that is where to me, the dangerous part of this whole illegal mining around the lake is. That one is very close to the lake. In fact, the lake is like a crater. It's like something fell in there and it created that hole. So you could see mountains surrounding the lake. That mountain on Beposo is one of those mountains surrounding the lake. And the illegal miners have been able to mount washing pipes. In fact, these are pressure pipes, and they are extending from a mechanized borehole dug beneath the hill. and they are transporting the water up to the hill, and they are using the water to remove the layers of the earth. And so they have done quite an extensive damage when you get there. And even when you're standing on where they are digging, where they're digging up to, you see the lake visibly in front of you. So it's just like a thin layer of earth between where they are digging and then the valley where the lake lies. And so if they continue digging up to a certain point, mining residue will start flowing from the mountain into the valley where the lake is. And to me, that is a very dangerous move. Very, very dangerous. And I wonder how such a brazen-like activity went on without a notice of the DCE or the district, who is the chairman of the District Security Council. Because such a development will never, ever go unnoticed. If really the person who is in charge of that community is really on top of his job and he knows what is going on. And this has been going on for weeks. And so when we went there was nobody there. I learned there was an operation there, and so they've been able to drive them away, so they were not there. But when we were coming, we decided to speak to the traditional authority for the area. We learned that there was no chief. There is a Kunti Hene who is standing in for that area. We tried to look for him. He operated a bar at the top of the town there. We went there. His wife said he was not around. We asked her to call him for us, but he said he cannot be reached. And so we had to continue our journey. But we wanted to establish whether they, as custodians of the land, are also giving their blessing to such an activity. And to me, if anybody says they are trying to save Lake Bosomtwe, this is the time. Because when once illegal miners settle very close to a resource, based on my experience, they will keep digging and digging because they will follow the line trace of gold. If it falls within the valley, they will follow.
Erasmus, let me ask you a direct question, and I'm asking this question based on some information I gathered from the DCE when I spoke to him yesterday. You mentioned Yase, you mentioned Konkoma. I haven't heard much about those areas, but my concern is with Biposo. When you got to Biposo with your team, can you confirm to us that there was illegal mining activities going on there?
Of course, what I'm telling you, close to the lake, is at Biposo.
I asked you because when I spoke to the DC yesterday, what he told me was that for the past 3 months, there has never been any illegal activity at Biposo for the past 3 months.
That, I can tell you, is a palpable lie. I can tell you on authority. That's a palpable lie.
Well, we'll be getting.
I will tell you that the DC is lying.
We'll get him back on the phone lines. But Erasmus.
No, because David, from Konkoma, you go to Biposo. The hill which surrounds the lake, the one that they are mining on, very close to the valley of the lake, is Biposo. Unless the DC wants to tell me that area is not Biposo.
Having said that,
Biposo Township.
Having said that, do we know
the major part of the illegal mining, the one very close? In fact, when I was standing on the hill where they are mining, it's like you're standing close to the lake. You could see the lake from there. And when you see my report, my video report, which will be coming on Joy News, you will see the lake. I've sent you pictures. You can show them.
We're showing them already as we speak. But who?
So it's indisputable that if anybody should tell you that what you're seeing is not close to the lake or it's not Biposo, that is Biposo proper. And it's undeniable.
So having said that, you also mentioned that you came across some men, some having tattoos and having some piercings on their ears and all that, and having pop-action guns, and they were protecting the site. Do we know who is mining? The individual who's mining, who owns the site for them to be protecting?
I understand it belongs to one Pepra.
Were you able to reach out to the Pepra?
Yes, I reached out to him. He said he's in the US. He will get back to me.
Did he confess, admit that he owns the site and that the activities going on there?
It's not a deniable fact. He did not deny it. He said he was going to get back to me. I don't know what he wants to get back to me on, but that is an illegal mining. It doesn't have. I understand they try to operate under cooperative mining. They do not have the cooperative license. They have, if they had the cooperative license, they wouldn't put mercenaries on the ground there to protect their illegal activity. They are there illegally, and I understand the townsfolk, some of them raised objections, but when you have the power and you have the gun in the Galamsey field, anything is possible.
Erasmus, can you tell us about the extent of damage so far? You visited Biposo, you visited, Yase and Konkoma and all that. Tell us about the activities and how bad it is.
So when you go to Yase, they've cleared, there are about 4 illegal mining sites over there when you flew the drone. In fact, when we requested to enter through the right channel, the gate, they told us we cannot go, and so we have to turn. These are people holding machetes, pump action guns, and others, and they told us point blank that we cannot go through there. So we have to turn, come back through another route, and raise our drone to film. And you could see we can count about 4 different sites in that particular area.
Erasmus, kindly hold the line for me. Don't go off yet, Erasmus. Hold the line for me. I have the Honorable DC for Bosomtwe on the phone lines with me as well. Honorable, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dave.
So, what can you tell us about this, allegations that we're hearing about, illegal mining activities happening at Bosomtwe, to be precise, Biposo? What can you tell us about the activities there?
Yes, thank you, Dave, and good morning to your listeners. And let me put this on record. Bosomtwe district has 67 communities. When you take the lake to specific, we have 22 communities around the lake. And out of the 22, 12 of these communities falls under the Bosomtwe District Assembly. And I'm on record as a chief executive. In that of all that 12 communities, none of them has ever been mined, or there's never been any sort of illegal mining activity around any of these 12 communities.
Okay, so indulge me. Does Yase fall under your, jurisdiction?
Yes, Yase is a community under the district.
Does Konkoma fall under your district?
Yes, Yase is a community under the Bosomtwe district.
Does Biposo fall under your district?
Exactly, yes.
And can you say on record that there's no illegal activity going on in those areas?